Welcome to my class. In this video, I am going to discuss about the Laplace transform and analysis of continuous time LTI system. Many physical systems can be modeled mathematically by constant coefficient differential equation. Few of the examples could be your RC circuit, RLC circuit, or spring mass system. Many physical systems we have seen, they can be represented or they can be modeled as a differential equation. If the coefficients are constant, then we call them constant coefficient difference equation. Let us take the example of RL circuit as shown in the figure. In this circuit, if I write the loop equation, we are going to write it as L di by dt plus R of it is equals to Vt, where Vt is the source voltage and current flowing through the circuit is I of t. So the loop equation we are writing as L di by dt plus R of it is equals to Vt. For some specific values of L and R, if I consider some constant value, let us take in this example, I have taken L to be 1 Henry and R to be 2 ohms. The current flowing through the circuit I am writing as Y of t, and the voltage I am writing as X of t. In this case, my input is X of t and I am going to generate the expression for the current flowing through the circuit. So current is represented as Y of t. Then this particular loop equation can be written as a constant coefficient difference equation. I am putting L as 1, dy by dt plus R to be 2, Y of t is equals to X of t. Similarly, many physical systems can be modeled by constant coefficient difference equation. Now here, if I am considering a system or describing a system by constant coefficient differential equation, what is the simplest way to generate the response of the system? So for that, I am going to take help of the Laplace transform. So here the first question comes into the mind, why Laplace transform? The answer is Laplace transform turns a differential equation into a algebraic equation, which becomes very easy for us to solve. So I will take one example to explain how Laplace transform can be used for the analysis of physical system, or you can say the constant coefficient differential equation. So we can calculate the transfer function of the system. I can calculate the transfer function of this RL circuit, or we can calculate the impulse response, or we can calculate the response of the system to any arbitrary input. So to explain all this, I will take one simple example. So I have considered a RC circuit for explaining all the above concept we discussed. So in this particular circuit, if I write my loop equation, the input to the system is f of t. Resistance R is represented as 1 ohm. The capacitance C is 1 farad and the current flowing through the circuit is I of t. So the loop equation will be written as R I of t plus voltage across the capacitor I am representing as V C of t is equals to the input voltage F of t. Yes, this is my equation number 1. Now the voltage across the capacitor Vc of t can be written as, either you are writing it as 1 by C integration of I of tau d tau minus infinity to t, or I can rewrite my second equation as C dv by dt is current flowing through the capacitor. Yes. So I'm going to use these two equations to express the RC circuit. Now, in this particular equation, if I apply Laplace transform, to this particular equation or equation number 2, then I am going to generate C dV by dt. So if Vc of t have a Laplace transform Vc of s, then d by dt of Vc of t will have a Laplace transform s Vc of s. So I'm differentiating in time domain. So in frequency domain, the spectrum x of s will be multiplied with s. So the Laplace transform of this entire equation will be c into s Vc of s is equals to I of s, where I of t have a Laplace transform I of s. Yes? So I can write Vc of s is equals to 1 by Cs I of s. As I want to calculate, you can go for calculating the response of the system, where I am modeling input as my voltage and output as the current flowing through the circuit. Or you can calculate the impulse response of the system, or you can calculate the response of the system to any arbitrary input. Yes. So first of all, I will calculate the transfer function of this particular system. Yes. So to calculate transfer function, we know the transfer function is represented as h of s. So I will go back to my equation number. This is equation number 3. Equation number 1, the circuit, RC circuit, is described by equation number 1. So I will apply Laplace transform to equation number 1, which is R of it plus Vc of t is equals to f of t. Here, as I want to calculate the transfer function, the input transfer function, when we are calculating, I know the input to the system will be unit impulse. So in this case, f of t will be considered as delta t. Yes. So the Laplace transform will be R I of s plus, we have already calculated Vs of t in equation number of 3. Vc of s will be 1 by Cs I of s is equals to, if I consider my f of t input to be delta t, Laplace transform of delta t is 1. So here we can see Ri of s plus 1 by Cs Is is equals to 1. So to calculate the transfer function, which is h of s, will be equal to 1 by R plus 1 by Cs, or can be rewritten as Cs by 1 plus RCs. If I take the values of R and C as given in the question, my transfer function h of s will be s by s plus 1. Yes. So I have generated the transfer function of this RC circuit. This is first part. So similarly, you can generate the transfer function of any system described by differential equation. Next, I will calculate the impulse response. So if I want to calculate, the circuit is given and you are being asked to compute the impulse response of the system, then we are going to apply Laplace transform, generate h of s, and then I will apply inverse Laplace transform to h of s to generate the impulse response. So inverse Laplace transform of h of s will be written as h of t will be the inverse Laplace transform of s by s plus 1. Yes, which can be written as s by s plus 1 will be written as s plus 1 minus 1 by s plus 1, or 1 minus 1 by s plus 1, inverse Laplace transform of this. So the inverse Laplace transform of this will be, inverse Laplace transform of 1 will be delta t, and inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus 1 will be e to the power minus of t ut. So the impulse response h of t of the system will be delta t minus e to the power minus of t ut. So if being asked to compute the impulse response of this RC circuit, we are going to follow this step. Next, I will go to the last part where I am given the RC circuit and input to the system f of t is some arbitrary input. In this case, example, I have considered f of t to be e to the power t ut plus e to the power 2 t u minus of t. Then what will be the response of the system? For the RC circuit, if this is the input, what will be the response of the system? So to generate the response of the system, as I am using Laplace transform, I will generate response of the system y of s as h of s into x of s, or in this case, input I have written as f. So I will write f of s. Yes, so h of s I have generated. Now I have to generate f of s. So f of t is given to be this. So f of s will be e to the power t ut. So for e to the power t ut, the Laplace transform will be 1 by s minus 1. Here I am taking the Laplace transform of e to the power minus of 2t u minus of t. E to the power 2t u of minus t will be minus of 1 by s minus 2. Here the ROC is mod of sigma greater than 1. Here ROC should be mod of sigma less than 2. So the combined ROC we can write mod of sigma between 1 to 2. Yes, h of s is s by s plus 1. So my response of the system in frequency domain can be written as y of s by s plus 1 into 1 by s minus 1 minus 1 by s minus 2, which can be written as 1 by s minus 1 minus, here I will use 1 by s minus 1 minus 1 by s minus 2 is minus of 1 by s minus 1 into s minus 2. So y of s will be written as s by s plus 1 into minus of s minus 1 into s minus 2. Yes. So I have to compute the response of the system. That means y of t. So to compute y of t, I have to apply inverse Laplace transform or to this y of s. So y of t will be generated by applying inverse Laplace transform to y of s. So we know that here to apply inverse Laplace transform, I will take help of partial fraction expansion. So y of s is minus of s by s minus 1 into s minus of 2 into s plus of 1, which can be decomposed as s a by s minus 1 plus b by s minus of 2 plus c by s plus 1. Now we will calculate the values of a, b and c using partial fraction expansion. So I have already calculated these values. So I will write a as 1 by 2, b as minus of 2 by 3, and c as 1 by 6. So y of s will be written as half s minus 1 minus 2 by 3 s minus of 2 plus 1 by 6 s plus 1, and the inverse Laplace transform of y of s will be written as y of t. Half is a constant. 1 by inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s minus 1 will be e to the power of t ut minus 2 by 3 1 by s minus 2 will be minus of e to the power 2t ut plus 1 by 6 1 by s plus 1. Its inverse Laplace transform will be e to the power minus of t ut. So here you can see that with the help of Laplace transform, you can generate easily the transfer function of the system, you can generate the impulse response of the system, or you can generate the response of the system to any arbitrary input. So now the same example you can repeat or analysis of LTI system with initial condition. So here in this case we have assumed that all my system or the system do not have any initial condition. There is no energy stored in the capacitor initially. But if at all there is some initial condition, you can repeat this example and you can see the response of the system, how we are going to calculate the response of the system. For that, remember you have to apply unilateral Laplace transform and the properties of derivative or your time shifting property of unilateral Laplace transform, and then you can obtain the response of the system, or you can obtain zero state response and zero input response of the system. Hope this example is clear to all of you and it helped you to understand how to generate different responses of a LTI system described by constant coefficient difference equation. Thank you for watching my video.